Welcome back. Having quite an interesting moment on the platform with our guest, Mr. Nese Kujumi. And our discussion, if you are just joining us, our discussion is centered on how powerful politics can be and how powerless an individual can be when you fail to participate in politics. So our discussion today has been on participation, and we are taking it further right now. Please, Mr. Nelson, I would like you to tell us, because it is us now. I think I will be a politician soon. So tell me, what are the requirements to be a politician?
Well, I think politics should be a vocation, should not be a job. You should have your means of livelihood. Politics is about service to humanity. And if you want to participate in politics under our laws, you must be above 16 years of age. You must have attained voting age.
Okay.
Also, you must not be somebody who has a mental history. You know, somebody who is supposed to be in the psychiatric institution cannot participate in politics, because, you know, politics is about giving your productive ability, and, you know, somebody who has a medical condition cannot give, you know, his best to any society. Also, you must not have been declared a criminal. You must not have a criminal history, you know. So once you don't have any of that, you are free to participate in politics either as a member of a political party or as an active voter on election day, analyzing candidates and their parties. So being a politician does not require any special qualification. It's a right that you have under the Constitution of Nigeria. But even as at that right, there are still some limitations to those rights, and some of those limitations are what I've just highlighted right now. That you must have attained voting age, you must not have a mental condition, then you must not have a criminal history. Somebody who is in prison today under our constitution cannot vote, because we don't conduct elections for people who are in prisons.
Yeah. Let's take another quick one. You see, there is a saying that politics is a place where half-truth dominates. And there is also an extension, a plan B, or this part of it, that in politics, you don't have permanent friends and you don't have permanent enemies. So under that note, I want to ask, who should be your friend? Who should be your mentor?
Well, the people you should share political beliefs with are people who share the political ideology of that party. Unfortunately, a lot of times people have said parties do not have ideology. And the question I ask them, that even the individual members, what is their own ideology? Because as an individual, you need to have your own ideology about life before you join a political party. It is the conglomeration or aggregation of our various individual beliefs that becomes the ideology of the party. Oh, our party, if we get into office today, we want to operate a communist manifesto, a welfarist manifesto, that, we must make sure the resources of the state is used for the greatest benefit of the mass majority of the people. So if you have that mindset, then you can team up in a political party that believes in that ideology. Not you having a political ideology that is at variance with a political party that you want. A political party that believes that, every institution of state must be privatized for profit making. Definitely, you know that such an ideology does not tally with your welfarist ideology. Yeah. Your welfarist ideology now is such that you come into a political party and you are looking at the manifesto or the ideology of the party, and you see that, you value education. This party has said there will be free education from primary to university education. And if there's a political party that says education is expensive, government cannot fund it, therefore it will be privatized, definitely you know such party, you cannot belong to such a party. That this is the party for you, because party has various ideologies. There's always a party that will meet your individual ideology. And also, talking about mentorship, it's unfortunate that in our society today, looking for a mentor, it's easier for the camel to pass through the eye of the needle. Because I remember vividly when we were growing up, your first mentor in life is your father. Because your family is your first point of contact with, with socialization. So the issue of mentorship depends on the individual. You need, as an individual, if you are going to join it, you have to identify people, not necessarily people in your political party. It could be people in other spheres of life.
Okay.
Like I remember when I was growing up, I always admired one late Chief Molade Okoya Thomas because he was an industrialist. I saw him as somebody who had great intellect, great character, and I saw him as somebody who was very focused. So those are you can take mentorship from one aspect of life and bring it into politics. In that way, you'll be making a change. So because the family has failed, like I said, looking for mentorship these days in our society is very difficult because the elders, the elderly ones, what I used to do, a lot of times they will tell you that, oh, the young ones are failed us. And I tell them that, look, we're the young ones, we are copying you. If we have failed, it's a reflection
Of your failure.
of your failure. But we only pray that we don't pass it down the ladder.
Wow, that's deep. We won't leave here today if we have to exhaust that. So let's take the last, not least. What would you call the retirement age for politics?
Today, as we sit here, the Democratic candidate of the Democratic candidate of the candidate of the Democratic Party, in the U.S. today, Joe Biden,
Yes.
is 77 years old.
Wow.
When the elections will be taking place in November, he will be 78. So I don't know which age will be the retirement age for a politician. So long as, I believe that for politics, so long as you are in good health and your mental capacity has not been hampered by age, I believe you can still contribute your best. Because like the Yoruba say, ọmọdé gbọ́n, àgbà gbọ́n la fi dálé Ifẹ̀. So when we are looking for the youthfulness of the young ones, the wisdom of the elders cannot be brushed aside. We need it. So long as we find an elder who has contributed progressively to the society in the past, and even in his old age, it can still be a reservoir of knowledge. Because our people say when a young man is cutting a tree in the forest, it is the elders that knows the direction because of wisdom. So we need the elders.
Wow. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everything you have bring to the program today, Mr. Nese Kujumi. God bless you, sir.
To God be the glory.
People out there, thank you for joining. Thank you for staying tuned. We have come to the end of the program. But in the end of today's program, I think in my whole little way, I think I've learned that politics, Nigerian politics, what it is today, because some of us have not participated. And that means there is room for you, there is room for me to impact some godly characters and to join and make impact. Let's do it like Daniel, let's do it like David, and let's change the battered economy, the battered roads, the bad educational system. Everything that we think is bad to us as individuals needs our attention, and not just by condemnation, by participation. And that's where we can make the change we desire to see in Nigeria of our today. My name is T. Dapo Oloroto, and bye-bye for now. something outside what we've been doing in the past. And I want us to strike a balance between the church and the politics at hand. And if I may ask, I want you to tell us what is the place or the position of the church in the politics of Nigeria?
When we were growing up, we used to be told that politics is destiny. And as we grew older, we found that statement very distasteful. In the sense that if we say politics is destiny, then one makes it neat, or one tidies it up. For me, I think the time has come for the Christian community to be actively involved in the politics of this country.
In the likes of China, developing countries. When I look at the developed countries, when I look at them, how come these people are making waves and the praying nation like Nigeria is behind? Is it that